Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of September 27th, 2018. I'm Christina Rees.
And I'm Brandon Zech.
And we're counting down the top 5 art events in Texas this week. So number 5 on our list this week is Ann Wood. This is at Big Medium in Austin. Ann Wood is a Galveston-based artist. She's had some big solo shows in recent years. One at the Art Museum of Southeast Texas in Beaumont. She had a show, I think, at Lawndale, Women and Their Work.
So her work is very Baroque. It's very Rococo. It's very all over collage-y, but it's three-dimensional. So like in this show, for example, it's about the death of her parents who died pretty close to each other. So there's a lot of furniture, the type of things you might see in a 70-year-old person's house. But all of these things are kind of covered with ever-living fake flora and fauna.
Yeah, she's really making these big three-dimensional Baroque still lifes with a kind of theme of death. This show is open just up through October 6th. It's been open for a little while, but you've got a little bit more time to see it.
Number 4 this week is The Big Show at Lawndale in Houston. So this is an annual, big show at Lawndale. It normally happens in the summer. They moved it this time, so it's in the fall. It opened the 15th, and it's running through November 11th. It's just the downstairs space at Lawndale this time. It's the back gallery and kind of the big square tall ceiling gallery. There's about 40 some odd artists in the show. There's 53 works. And kind of the different thing about this year is Lawndale has started the Lawndale Lending Library, which is kind of a offshoot of Nick Barbie's Galveston Art Lending Library. And for the first year of this lending library, for the next year, all of these works that are available are going to be from artists that were in the Big Show, or most of the works are actually in the Big Show. So this is kind of a funny instance of where you can go to the Big Show and take a work home with you if you want to join the lending library.
Number 3 on our list this week is The Other Side of the Alamo, Art Against Myth. This is at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center in San Antonio.
This show was curated by Dr. Ruben Cordova. It's been up for a little while. It actually opened in February. I saw this show during one of my San Antonio trips. I imagine it was in the spring or over the summer. So this show is recontextualizing what San Antonio is known for through the eyes of artists that live in San Antonio. Because, for a while, the Alamo was a hub of the slave trade. And, it's a mark of colonialism on Mexico and on Texas or America or whatever you want to call this land where San Antonio is located. And the show is done really beautifully to look at that and to bring a bunch of different perspectives to it. I do want to note there's going to be a catalog release. I mean, it's obvious that this is a really big and important project. And, it's part of San Antonio's tricentennial. And I think this is a show that does a deep dive on a subject that San Antonio is really sensitive about, but that there's a lot more to say than what we normally do say about the Alamo.
Number 2 on our list this week is CraftTexas 2018 at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft. This is the 10th iteration of a biennial. It's always juried by an outside juror. This year's juror is Jennifer Scanlon from the Oklahoma Contemporary.
The nice thing about this show, this year's show is 50 works by 36 artists. The nice thing about it is we always see kind of some of our favorites. There's people like Angel Olashov, Jennifer Ling Daichuk, Jessica Kruder. But then because this is all Texas, we always kind of discover people that we didn't know were working in Texas, or maybe Texas newcomers. I feel like this show, this biennial show, really is kind of the core of what the Craft Center is doing, because it's showing what Texas is. It's the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, but it really covers all of Texas. And while all of their programming that they do is normally pretty great, and a lot of what they bring in is national and international, this focus on Texas is a really nice thing to have every 2 years, and it's something that's really important to the Texas craft community.
So, number 1 on our list is basically the reopening, the unveiling of the new Crow collection, which is now called the Crow Museum of Asian Art in Dallas, in the Dallas Arts District. It's across from the Nasher. It's been open for 20 years, and they've just finished up a multi-million-dollar kind of expansion and redo. It's nice. I went to a press preview for it, and they have a whole new gallery. They've kind of changed the flow of the gallery, so it makes a little bit more sense. They have a new gift shop, which is gorgeous, I have to say. Rainey's going to be excited about that one. There's a Pearl Art Studio, which is like a maker studio, which will be for the community, for workshops and seminars and that sort of thing. It's really nice. Right now there are 5 shows up. This opens this weekend in Dallas, and 4 of them are from the collection, but it's kind of a rejigged reimagining of the collection. Really nice stuff. The Crow has a wonderful collection of art. And a contemporary show by a Japanese-American artist named Jacob Hashimoto. And he's got a big installation of sort of kites that are made out of paper and bamboo that are, as formed, turn into a giant cloud. What I really like in the brand new gallery, which is called Gallery 4, is his woodblock prints that I think are just really, really nice. And the new gallery, it's got low ceilings, but it's a really elegant space, and I can see a lot of shows looking really good in this space. This one does. So go see the new Crow. Actually, on October 6th, there's a community-wide free opening event. So if you want to wait until the 6th, you can. But if you want to get in there this weekend, you can get in there this weekend.
You know, I feel like the Crow is kind of Dallas's sleeper museum. Like, whenever I go there, they have really great shows that it seems like not that many people, you know, compared to the Dallas Museum of Art, which is always swamped, or the Nasher, which normally has a lot of attendees. There's not a lot of people, but these shows are really thoughtful. They're really beautiful. They're normally very well executed and well installed and curated, and that thought is there. So I'm really glad that the Crow is going to kind of get this revamp and hopefully be able to draw more people in because of it.
I think they will. I think this is a real bid for a big promotional boost for them, and I think it's going to work.